What's up guys, my name is Doug, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Lil Tecca's latest project, We Love You Tecca. Now, before we get into the review, you all know that your boy's got bills that need to be paid. If you would like to support this channel on Patreon, the link will be in the top right hand corner and it'll be in the description for you to help me to keep these videos coming, for you to help me to keep the quality of these videos as high as I can, and to help the channel to grow. That would be really dope. You could also follow me on my social media and that would be also an incredible way to show some support. I would really appreciate that. So I'm not going to be wasting any more of your time with this introduction. We're going to jump right into the reviews. You know how I do it. I go through every single track, what I like, what I dislike, what I think about it, and I'm going to try to keep this one a little more concise than that Young Thug review, which turned out to be like 30 minutes long. The first track is Ransom. Let's get to it. Ransom is Lil Tecca's biggest hit to date. It hit number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, and it has over 200 million streams on Spotify alone, which means that nothing that I say about this track really means anything at all, because the public has made their opinion on this song very abundantly clear. It's a smash hit. It's produced by Nick Mira. It got the music video directed by Cole Bennett for Lyrical Lemonade. I mean, it's got awesome 808s. It's got really fun, vibrant melodies with the bells. It's got really bouncy hi-hats. It's just got a really fun vibe to it. It's ridiculously catchy and people love it, myself included. It's a great song. However, it did make me hesitant that he might be a one-hit wonder the first time that I heard this. I kind of had that worry, you know, going into this project. Shots made those worries kind of subside a little bit with its extremely catchy chorus, awesome melodies, nice flow, great 808s, and fun energy from Lil Tecca. It's another track that has a really short runtime to it, and I'm personally a fan of it. You know, he was able to keep a lot of these tracks really short, and I think that is really enjoyable. Tecca's talent for finding catchy melodies to sing and writing dope hooks really shines through on this song. And we get to track 3, Side Note, and honestly, in my opinion, it's just okay. The beat is decent, albeit not very memorable at all. And Tecca's flow is pretty offbeat and sloppy for large portions of this track. It lacks a memorable chorus, and it makes me not really want to return to it again. But luckily, it's short enough so that it doesn't necessarily have to be skipped on a playthrough of this project, which is, I guess, working to its benefit. Did It Again has a great vibe to it. It's got an addicting piano loop paired with a very punchy 808 and a hook that does just that. It hooks you into the song immediately. I really enjoy those subtle, dark melodies played by the bells in the background. Lil Tecca's flow, his energy, his delivery, it's all very good in this track, and its runtime is just shy of 2 minutes. It's a really fun listen. Now, Lil Tecca's performance on Out of Luck sounds like someone doing a very poor job of covering a Lil Uzi Vert song. The chorus is pretty interesting at first, and he shows some potential and promise throughout the beginning of the song, but as soon as his verse starts, he gets pretty offbeat, and he approaches this track with a flow that could have been executed much better if he had a little more patience during the recording of this track to get a better take. His nasal delivery kind of reminds me of Nav, which I'm personally not a very big fan of. And although I like this beat and I find it pretty enjoyable, I don't like Tecca on this track. Left Right is a step in the right direction though. It's got great keys in the production and a decent performance from Lil Tecca. His songwriting could use some work though, so we don't get bars like "Ray gun like Call of Duty, you get hit, you done." But for the most part, I find this track pretty enjoyable and kind of catchy. I feel like his strong point is definitely his melodies, and by this point in the album that's become blatantly apparent. His lyrics don't have much substance to them, and even his harder, more aggressive lyrics don't carry that much weight to them because he raps about things that he doesn't necessarily do, as he states in the Genius interview where he's talking about the Ransom song. Now, there's nothing really wrong with flexing on a track just for the hell of it, you know, and you're having a good time. There's nothing wrong at all with that. But you've got to understand that when you become known for that, people will take your songwriting and your lyricism less seriously. Overall though, this track is decent. I'm not mad at it. Bossa Nova is next, and honestly, it's not really that special. We've heard songs like it already by this point in the project, and we've heard songs better than Bossa Nova by this point in the project, like Ransom and Shots. The production is very interesting, and there's this really interesting melody that goes on in the background that's played by, it sounds like a stringed instrument with some really clever mixing on it, but all in all, there's really no difference in energy or performance or even songwriting to set it apart from the other tracks like Left Right or Out of Luck, you know? It felt kind of like filler. to me. Amigo, though, features some very cool vocalizing from Lil Tecca in the background and an awesome flute in the production, man. It's got a really fun bounce to it, and the chorus is great, but Lil Tecca really needs to work on staying on beat, because better execution of the flow that he approached this track with would have set this track apart from the rest of the tracks on this project and really made it special. It's not like he gets so off beat that it's off-putting, but it is a little distracting. Overall, though, this is just another track that's kind of short, sweet. It doesn't really warrant a skip. You know, it's not bad, it's not terrible. It's just also not great. Wow, some good coffee. During Phenom, Tecca is probably at his most offbeat. It gets kind of to the point where at certain portions of the track, everything just kind of feels really cluttered and sloppy. Now, I really like the beat, I love the guitar loops, the melodies, the bass, it's all great, but specifically, Lil Tecca's performance is dragging the quality of this track down for me. You know, it kind of takes away any desire to re-listen to this track. I heard it maybe 2 or 3 times in order to review it, and I think I would probably skip it on my next playthrough. Cash Money AP had an incredible beat for Weatherman, and it was wasted on Lil Tecca. He's just really bad on this song in my opinion. His flow is incredibly sloppy whenever he tries to rap that fast, and it's just unpleasant to listen to. Bars like "trying to be my bae like a blade" and "kickflip because these N-words is tricks," they just sound really lazy and immature, and they don't feel clever or satisfying to me at all. And it sucks because, like I said, this beat is really great and I want to enjoy the track, but the verses and the performance from Lil Tecca just bring this track down for me again. On DUI, Lil Tecca channels his inner Post Malone and raps over a very chill, wavy beat. He even has bars about Allen Iverson. I mean, the Post Malone influence is insane on this track. He manages to get off beat a little bit, but still it's not a deal breaker, and I'm even willing to overlook the bars about Bill Nye, just because I really enjoy the vibe to this track, you know? I think it's incredibly wavy, and I'm willing to overlook the track's shortcomings because I really enjoyed how different and special this one was. I would definitely come back to this song. I would tune out Lil Tecca and just chill, relax, and listen to the beat because it's really dope. Love Me starts off with those vocal samples that just scream summertime hit. The reggaeton clap pattern paired with Tecca's chorus and the marimba style melodies being played on the keys make for a very fun vibe. Layering his main vocal track with the pitched vocals was a really great idea. I think it sounds awesome. And his performance on this track is really good. I mean, it's short, it's sweet, it's catchy, it's fun to listen to. I can't fault it. This track was a standout track from this project, in my opinion. Now on Molly Girl, the first few chords that were played really remind me of Finesse by Drake. And that doesn't really do anything to add or subtract to the quality of the track. I just wanted to kind of like throw that out there. But this track is good. There's nothing really inherently bad about it. It's a fun track to listen to, but it doesn't really bring anything special about it that would make you really want to come back specifically to it and listen to it again. You know, this is one of the tracks that kind of feel like filler, but it's good filler. You know, it fills the project out nicely. It feels like it fits, and it feels like it does its job well. It's not filler in a bad sense. You know, it's just kind of there. Now, the guitar and the very cinematic vibe to the intro of the score immediately drew me in. The chorus is very wavy and it features some extremely catchy melodies from Lil Tecca. His verse has a great bounce to it, it's got awesome performance, delivery. I feel like he really rose to the occasion with this one. His performance fit the beat very well, and this track is a standout track in my opinion. I think it's great, the production's great, and everything about it is awesome. Cash Money AP and Keo of Old Town Road fame created a very bouncy beat with awesome melodies and loops, hard-hitting 808s, interesting percussion, great hi-hat rolls, and very ethereal leads. Lil Tecca approaches the beat with subpar performance and a sloppy flow. That upsets me a little because, honestly, I hate seeing great beats go to waste. Now, this track specifically may end up being a little bit divisive because its vibe is pretty great and a lot of people will really enjoy this, and they may get upset that I didn't like it that much, but you know, Lil Tecca, again, bringing down the quality of the track with how sloppy his performance can kind of get sometimes, you know? And when I say he goes off beat, I don't mean his entire verse is off beat, but just whenever he does get off beat, it's distracting and it's off-putting. So a lot of you guys may have enjoyed this track, but for me personally, I just expected better from Lil Tecca because I've seen what he's capable of. Count Me Out features very sweet harp arpeggios, very minimalistic drums, and a really wavy vibe. Lil Tecca does his thing on this track, honestly. He flows well, he sings some cool melodies, sends some shots to his haters, and talks a little bit about his love life. It's a good song, and it's a very good closer to the project if you don't consider the Ransom remix featuring Juice WRLD to be the closer of the project, which I don't. On a playthrough of this project, I would definitely let this song play all the way through. I found it very enjoyable to listen to. It's a really sweet track. That brings us to the remix of Ransom featuring Juice WRLD, and honestly, I just felt like it was unnecessary. It didn't really make the original sound better or worse. I feel like it was just as good as the original, but it didn't provide anything that was radically different or special to it, which kind of just made it feel like there was no need for it, you know? I'm sure Juice WRLD fans were happy to see the collaboration happen, but for the most part, it's a remix that's, meh, it's okay, you know? On this album, Lil Tecca, who, by the way, keep in mind is only 17, I think he shows a lot of promise. He's very talented at finding the catchy melodies for him to sing and at writing choruses that will keep people coming back to his music for more. His beat selection is very good. For the most part, I had no real issues with any of the beats chosen for this project. I feel like they were all very, very cool. They're wavy, they're catchy, they're bouncy. I mean, they're everything that you would want from a beat for a summertime hit. Now, there aren't any really chill or wavier tracks on this project, and I'm kind of interested to see if Lil Tecca will show some versatility in the future by making a slower, wavy track where he's really singing and not trying to rap on a slow beat, but he's genuinely trying to create a moodier vibe. I feel like that would be interesting to see if he was able to do that. Tecca's flow needs some work, for sure. Being patient when you're recording a track is absolutely key. You need to get the best take, you need to be on beat, because these beats particularly have a very particular bounce to them. And when you're off the beat, you can make the entire track sound cluttered and sloppy and just not good at all. But when you do find that right pocket and you start flowing in it and you're on beat, you can create something very, very special because of the style of the beats that he chose. It's kind of high risk and high reward in that sense. Working on his songwriting would be pretty dope so we don't get such childish bars, but like I said, that'll come with time. He's only 17. He's still got so much time to grow, to mature, and to work on that. So, you know, I'm not going to hold that against him too much. I mean, all in all, this project was pretty decent. You know, it proved to me that Lil Tecca has potential. He's not just a one-hit wonder. And that he's got what it takes to really shine and thrive in this generation of artists like Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD, Lil Skies. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with this project. I honestly didn't expect him to do as well as he did. I do believe that for all this project's faults, there are more positives than negatives to it. I would give this a 6 to a very light 6.5. Those are my thoughts on this project. My next video will be a review of Lana Del Rey's new album, Norman fucking Rockwell, which I believe to be a very interesting name for a project. I'm very excited to be listening to that and giving you guys my thoughts on it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, consider supporting the channel on Patreon, help your boy keep eating, and creating the best quality content that I absolutely can. I appreciate all your support so much. I'm on that grind of 15,000 subscribers. You know, hopefully one day we'll hit 100K. But for now, we're keeping our goals realistic. And you guys have already blown me away more than I could ever imagine. So keep doing that, and I'll keep doing this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in another video very soon. Until then, guys, stay safe. Peace out.